100 Days, 100 Movies, and now is Dredd. I've been banging these out. This is my fifth so far today. I'm losing it. This one was incredible. I really loved this one. This one was really funny. Carl Urban is the lead. He plays Dredd. And most people didn't know that. I knew it because I heard of the other movies he was in. After watching The Boys, I looked up what else he was in, and this was one of them. And many people did not know he was in this. Same thing with Lord of the Rings, because he's playing a completely different character in all three of them. This one, he plays Dredd, who is this judge who's basically just the super cop. And there's a lot of similarities between this and RoboCop, something I'm going to watch on this list. I need to get to that, but still I can see similarities between the two concepts. Basically, these super engineered cops that fight with futuristic weapons that hunt down people in an overcrowded city. Carl Urban was great in this. He was in a constant state of, and I thought that was really funny, he's frowning throughout most of it, and it's like really over the top. Is his appearance. It's really good, and you never see above his nose because he has the helmet on the entire time. Alright, to give a quick synopsis, basically it all takes place in this dystopian future city. It's called like Megalopolis or something like that, where it's overcrowded, so much crime everywhere, and the only thing that toes the line between chaos and order are things called judges, which are these guys that basically have been trained since they were like, I think it was 8, and basically they're like these super cops, and Judge Dredd is one of them. And in the beginning, the opening monologue is this like crazy like thing where Dredd goes on this like monologue about how the city's overrun. The only thing left are judges, juries, executioners, and he's putting on his head. It came right out of Punisher from Marvel Rivals, but it was still really funny. And I think it was a pretty good movie. It's a pretty, actually, I thought it was gonna be way more like longer drawn out than it was. It's got right to the point. Basically, Carl Urban's character Dredd takes under his wing this psychic named Olivia Thirlby, who basically is a psychic. She can read people's minds, and she's basically going on a test mission to see if she passes or not and becomes a judge. And they're basically hunting down a kingpin named Mama, who's played by Lena Headey. The name is escaping me, but the big evil woman from Game of Thrones, I'll have her name up on screen right now, but she plays her, and she's a great actor. I don't think I've ever seen her play someone with an inch of good in their body. In this, she plays an evil drug kingpin, and she does it very well, and it's a very interesting, I keep using interesting. It's a very cool overall movie. It's very simple. They basically just go into this like super complex called Peachtrees, and they get locked in there because they capture this guy with intel on Mama, and she wants basically to kill the judges so that the intel that the guy has doesn't get out when they go to interrogate him. So they lock down the entire thing, and there's definitely a big thematic element with it involving like how evil can kind of corrupt places and kind of just completely taken over certain areas. Like it's supposed to be kind of like a over exaggeration of cities where crime kind of dominates cities, where it's like these kingpins and these like gang leaders and stuff have more say on the world than like the law does, and that's kind of what it is. It's that clash between order in two different ways. It's a clash between law and justice versus the chaos and the evil of like gangs and stuff like that, and it's pretty interesting. Judge Dredd himself is a super lawful character, like absolutely lawful good to the book. He doesn't go against it, and he just follows everything. He won't shoot someone unless he needs to, or unless they get in his way, and he executes justice very well. He's more of a symbolic character. You're not really supposed to pay attention to who he is, his backstory. You're supposed to be paying attention to what he does and kind of what he represents. The rad one-liners in this movie are crazy. They get insane. I don't really remember any on the top of my head, but when you're watching it, those people will say stuff, you're like, wow, that was rad right there. Dredd himself is iconic. Like, seeing him in this movie, I was like, okay, I've seen this character done to death. I want to see how they go with it, and it doesn't matter. He's just cool. Like, watching this movie just kind of, it's not a brain turn-off movie, but it's definitely in that level where it's just watch what's happening. It's rad. It's just I love movies where it's black and white. The idea of like absolute justice, like the judges just represent like true justice. Like they're just taking these people into account. They are just taking down these evil people. There was one point, minor spoilers, where they call in, Mama calls in 4 judges to take down Dredd, and it's supposed to show that corruption. It's supposed to show that the judges can be corrupted, but ones like Dredd are uncorruptible. He is completely by the book, and I really like that idea. uh, even though they're the symbols of justice, they're still flawed people, except for people like Dredd. And that's what makes him kind of interesting, because in contrast to the other judges, that part was one of my favorites, where they brought in the corrupted judges. You get to see really what makes Dredd special in this world. And I think that's really cool. The setting is really built well. I really like the setting is pretty basic. That's one of my dislikes. I think that the world it's setting up is kind of generic. When he's going on the spiel at the beginning, I feel like I've heard it a million times. Toxic wasteland, the only last city left. Everyone's crazy. They're all in this area. Evil people everywhere. It's the world is all corrupted. Everything like that. But I feel like the way that they set it up and the way they immerse you in it is pretty good. It gave me serious The Crow vibes, which is one of my favorite movies. The Crow definitely spends a lot of the movie setting up this environment, making you feel like it's not too different from our own world, but it's still different enough to be kind of more chaotic. It's an hyperbole of what our world's like, where it's evil is everywhere. The dark, grimy streets, it's always raining, it's dark and disgusting. This one is more futuristic, but still keeps that same tones that you can connect to our world with the kind of the evil that lurks within our planet. And I like that. Yeah, major dislikes. It's just the setting isn't super unique. I think it did that what The Crow did pretty well. But again, it's just a little too generic for my taste. I think it was not as unique as it could have been. And overall, the world of Dredd is pretty basic. It's just the RoboCop style, where there's these super cops that go around stopping these crazy crimes. And I mean, I understand why people could just still like it, but still, that's kind of only one of the things that bring it down for me. Also, it does get a little cheesy at time. I like it, but I think the camp in it is kind of fun. But again, it still brings it down a little bit. To kind of wrap this whole thing up, my favorite scene is when he's giving a speech when he gets in the phone booth and he's giving out the whole telegram to everyone in Peachtrees, and he's talking to Mama and he's like, "Justice time, you're done." And I thought that was really funny. I really like that part. And my overall rating is an 8 out of 10. I really like this movie. I think there's some things that could have been a little more unique, but the world itself, it was limited by it, and I think that it still was a good movie regardless of that. I loved the cheesiness of it and kind of the fun, like super cop badass type guy, and I thought that was still pretty cool. So yeah, that's Dredd. Go watch it. Really good. I like it a lot. Get out of here.